coming up next. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for... Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Harris. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now, here's Beverly. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Now, here's George. Out to Morris. The 3. Jordan with the rebound. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And KD the bucket on the assist by Brown.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And here's George. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now, here is Harden. Harris outside. There's the pass to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there it is for him.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Outside Leonard. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. On its way from Ibaka for 2. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 2. It up for Jordan. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Well, this is where DeAndre Jordan's speed as a big pays off. A super dangerous pick-and-roll player when he sprints out of it.
Outside, George. Leonard against Harris. And the shot goes in.
Now, the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. How about those long strides, Durant quick in the open court and then right to the rim.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Beverly against Harden. Harris outside. Now the dish to Jordan. It's good. Jordan's got his second basket.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
Beverly against Harden. It's George on the wing. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. Trailing by 2, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Morris finds Leonard. Over Green. Leonard, no luck. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Down low, and Green slams it in.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Ibaka right side. And here's George for 3. Hands it from downtown. George has got 7.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 3. We'll be back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Brooklyn trailing. Green passes to Griffin. Back to Green. Dinwiddie with it. In the corner, Irving with it. Kept alive. And Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Irving against Jackson. Kennard for 3. Now here's Batum. Defense right on him. It's tipped. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Irving looking for an opening. And Los Angeles guys shooting well. 50% from the floor. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Irving against Jackson. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. The Nets working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Picked away. One-on-one fast break. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down home.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Irving against Jackson. Outside Irving. He kicks to Green. Inside. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Outside Jackson. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. There's 1:40 left to play in the first half. From deep. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Irving can't get it to go.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Dinwiddie against Kennard. Irving with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Man. The rebound by Jeff Green. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
So let's see how they play the clock.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Beverly against Harden. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Now here's Durant. And the 3 off target. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good from outside. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Harden scanning the floor. Good on the shot. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point lead. That's all for now.
I promise to break for a positive fate.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Brown. And he makes good on the layup. George has got 9 points.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
KD against Morris. Durant kicks to Harden. 5 on the clock. Over Morris. No good off the back of the rim. The Clippers in the lead. George against Brown. No good there off the double clutch. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. KD dishes to Brown. Here's Harden. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Morris. And here are the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Money from the wing. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Leonard against Harris. Here's KD. Shoots. Jordan kicks to KD. And the Nets miss again.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half. And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Back to Harden. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
The team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harden against Beverley. Harden the pass to Jordan. Can they get it? And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment. But the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Crazy long strides there from KD. Once he gets by you on the drive, see you later.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. And it's blocked by Jordan. Pass to Harden. Pops it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Kennard for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. In transition. Here come the Nets. Brown's got the ball. Now Harden. On deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Irving. No points in the game yet for him. Over Batum. Tips it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Mann, guarded by Green. Here's Batum. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Griffin. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top, up by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Dinwiddie outside. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Dinwiddie. Irving with a clean look. His three-pointers off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 7. Kennard with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Irving against Jackson. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And the shot is long. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Brown inside. Kennard covering. Brown kicks to Harris. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Nets. Harden outside. Here's Jordan. It's Brown on the wing. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Jackson. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for the Nets. George looking over the floor. That one falls.
Paul George is great at breaking down the defense, and he does it with the pass that time.
Nets trail by 6. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Harden inside the three-point line. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Leonard with the ball. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
KD on the wing. Over Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Durant.
They're loving the confidence. Just rise and be free, and you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
Morris with the bucket.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Now here's Durant. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And the rejection by Ibaka. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Outside Irving. Pass to Jordan. And here is Harris. Shot clock at 6. It's Harden with the drive.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Beverly against Harden. His first shot coming late. And a great move from Beverly as he gets it to go. Beverly's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Harden outside. And the Nets, another 3.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
The pass to Leonard. Lob pass to George. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Irving dishes to Jordan. From downtown, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
George, no good.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Do you want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one? Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Pass to Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy.
Well, guys,
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. They've got Norman Powell. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And the shot goes in.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Lillard up top, defended by Beverley. Kicks it out to Covington. And another turnover here by Portland. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Back to Powell, to the middle. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Damian Lillard, good for the three.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. From past the arc. The shot by George, no good.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The Trailblazers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And the pass to Ibaka. Fires the three. Inside. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Oh, and there's the alley-oop and the dunk by Powell.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Leonard looking around. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And Jones slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Will it go? And George finishes inside.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Jones. From deep. And it's Lillard missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it doesn't even draw iron. Portland leading by 3. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
From deep, George. Here's Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. That still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
And the wide open shot from Morris. The long distance 3 is buried.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lillard against Beverley. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
The three from McCollum. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 1. We'll be back shortly.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Man in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Passes it to Kennard. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Anthony. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Pass to Kanter. That shot is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Man, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson, and Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Now Kennard. Batum wide open. He fired. No good on the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's McCollum. Good on the 13-footer. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Count it. Anthony's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
McCollum right side. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 10 points for C.J. McCollum. .104 left to play here in the second quarter. The pass to Kennard. lets the three fly, score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Simons surveying the D. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Kennard against McCollum. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 3. 24 seconds left in the first half. Kennard on the wing. 9 points in the game so far. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. McCollum left side, over Kennard. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks so much.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. 5 points was... That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Nurkic dishes to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard surveying the D. Powell kicks to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's Lillard missing.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple. Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
Trailblazers trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Nurkic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Passes it to Beverly. Here's Leonard. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Nurkic.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
The shot's good. Leonard's got 11 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lillard from outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Lillard on top, defended by Beverly. High post, Nurkic working on Ibaka. Foul for three. The Clippers grab the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Lillard. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Beverly looking around. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Leonard inside. Defended by Jones. They grab their own miss. Out to Morris. Goes up again. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got his second bucket.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Lillard fires away from way outside. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Great communication on the alley-oop. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And you love that about Kawhi. After he makes a shot, he gives you the poker face. Just goes about his business.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And there's the pass to Leonard. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Leonard's got 10 points in the quarter.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Powell against George. Powell the pass to Covington, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
George with the ball. Pass to Morris. 14 feet away. Again, the Clippers.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard kicks to Batum. McCollum against Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. He lobs it up, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. He dishes it to Cantor. Feeds to Carmelo. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Anthony. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Doesn't quite have the height, but boy, does McCollum have the heart. He's a relentless finisher in traffic.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
Come get it, come get it.
And here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Now, here's Zubac. Back to Kennard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Cantor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Clippers leading by 12. Outside, George. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. And a wide open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Anthony.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Morris finds Leonard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. George against McCollum. George passes to Ibaka. That shot, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Pass to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. McCollum against George. Here's Morris with plenty of space and too long on the shot.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
And staying with the play, Anthony.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Here's McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Leonard. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. And Beverly kicks to George. And the pass to Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Kevin. Terrific. David, thanks. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Now here is Holiday. Passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. The Bucks working the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. The rebound by Ibaka.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
George, no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Left side, George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Now the pass to Middleton. Back to Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
And Giannis is a beast, the Greek freak, a dominant player on the offensive end.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And here are the Clippers now. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's George, and the layup is good.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now here is Holiday. Floats it up for Giannis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Holiday against Beverly. He dishes it to Leonard. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Bucks.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Misses the three. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 2.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Now Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And here's Holiday after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Pass to DiVincenzo. Holiday with the 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
On the wing, Morris. Back to George. The shot misses. And Milwaukee will come the other way. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Free throw line jump shot. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
Here is Forbes. Stolen by Beverly. Makes it off the glass. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more in store for you right.
Being able to go through adversity and come up.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Jackson looking it over. Now here's Kennard. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Tucker the pass to Forbes. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Yeah, you know, Tucker's a little undersized, but he makes up for it with leaping ability and reach.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Jackson finds Cousins. Kennard the bounce pass. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Jackson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Pass to Connaughton. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Jackson down low. It's blocked. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Bucks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Now here's Tucker, defended by Batum.
Boy, Tucker, perpetual motion. Nice job that time by him to stay active, making sure the offense doesn't get stagnant.
Pass to Kennard. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Yeah, nice, silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
The pass to Cousins. Back to Kennard. Cousins against Portis. They get it again. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Cousins.
Cousins doing a nice job using that big body of his to get another possession for his team.
50 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Portis. Nice D from Cousins.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Jackson has the open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now, here's Batum. He's guarded closely. Kicks to Cousins. Got it. Good job in the low post. And this game is tied up now.
Boy, showing the skills that few big men possess. Cousins using that tight handle to get to his shot.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves in. Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. From deep, George, unable to get that one. And Milwaukee the other way now.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one misses. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Outside Holiday. Morris against Middleton. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Watch out below when Middleton rises up like that. Remarkable at punching it down on you.
Leonard with no one around. Hits the jumper in space. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Holiday surveying the floor. The kick out to Lopez. Back to Holiday. For the three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Well, I like how Beverly takes advantage of these transition opportunities. He's crafty and clever at getting past the defense.
Holiday against Beverly. Outside Holiday. Loads it up for Giannis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Beverly with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Back to George. Taken away by Holiday. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Clippers trail by 5. 1:53 left to play in the third. To the inside. Here's Morris.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And it's Middleton penetrating, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Holiday with it. He has 5. Loads it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
George passes to Beverly. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bucks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
51 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 3. Morris gets to Beverly. And here's Leonard from 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's stolen by Morris. High post to Baca. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Now DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bucks ahead. They're up by 1. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Jackson, guarded by Tucker. Right side Jackson. Rebounded by the Bucks. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Cousins. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Portis. And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Forbes. Aston Warren. Inside. Clock at 6. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Here is Forbes. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Bucks lead by 3.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
To the middle. Got a piece of it. Here's Cousins. Passes it to Mann. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Kennard. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Mora, the pass to Tucker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And now a 5-point Bucks lead. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Here's Kennard. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. He kicks it to Morris. Ibaka, the pass to Morris. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Now here is Holiday. There's the lob into the Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
Holiday against Beverly. The pass to George. Rebound, Milwaukee. Lopez outside. Paul George with the steal. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
And that point was a gift. I mean, it's never really smart to get teed up, but in a game that's this close, boy, that really hurts.
George dishes to Morris. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line. And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
Outside Holiday. Here's Giannis. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Left side Ibaka. To take the lead. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Milwaukee now. For 3, Middleton. Trifecta.
Patience is a virtue. And Chris Middleton, virtuous.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And George, here we go. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Middleton outside. The three-pointer, no good.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it.
Go! Count it!
Guys, that's one for the highlight reel. They needed a 3 to extend the game, and the young fella delivered.
Yes, he did. A clutch shot, and really what I like, guys, there was no hesitation. He shot it freely and with confidence. As a result, we're headed to overtime.
These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4.
I tell you what, Antetokounmpo has a real killer instinct on offense. I mean, this guy is serious about trying to score the ball and make plays. Always playing downhill, always in attack, and constantly keeping the defense on its heels.
George passes to Leonard. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. And it's good. 2 points. 18 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Ibaka, the pass to Morris. He gets it in there.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
It's extra time here, just over a minute into overtime. Holiday against Beverly. Middleton on the wing. Here's the lob to the hoop. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level. And he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
That one's not going to go. The Bucks go the other way with it. For 3, Middleton drains the three-pointer. Middleton's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
Rhythm and timing so important in the game of hoops. Middleton using both on that pull-up jumper.
On the wing, Morris. Back to George. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Morris passes to Leonard. Out to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Milwaukee leading by 7. Giannis with it. Dishes it to Middleton. Pass to Holiday. Back to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Defended by George. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. And now a 9-point Milwaukee lead.
Hey, offensive rebounding. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Giannis kicks to Holiday. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Leonard inside. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's... Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the 3. Now here's Beverley. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Harden. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverley. Up top, Ibaka. There's the dish to Beverley. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Launches it. Ibaka, no luck. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Harden against Beverley. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Brooklyn with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. On the wing, Brown. Down low, Harden lays it up off the glass. Harden's got his second bucket.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Beverley. Banked in off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
A shot by Harden, wide open, and Durant is right there.
This is what pure scorers do. They find ways to create points. KD doing work.
Now, here is George. Ibaka right side. Morris trying to free himself up. Ibaka, no luck.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Harden kicks to Durant. Sinks the three-pointer. KD's got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And here's George for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 5.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
George against Brown. Pass to Harris. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here is George. He has 5. Ibaka right side. Leonard on the wing for 3. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good even without a dribble.
Lobbed up there for Durant.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. From deep, George. To the paint. Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. Morris trying to free himself up. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. Morris, left side. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Clippers lead by 3. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about others.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, I'm playing off the...
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
So for the Clippers right now, they've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3 spot. Back to Harris. Durant trying to break free. Here's Jordan out to KD. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. KD's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Passes it to KD. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Batum finds Jackson. Five to shoot, and he could not get that one to go. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Claxton, the pass to Griffin. Here's Irving. Cousins pulls it in.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Mann, guarded by Green. Mann passes to Batum. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Irving passes to Griffin. Dinwiddie outside. And the Nets miss again. Los Angeles leading by 5. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Green dishes to Irving. They need this. And he lays it up and in. Irving's got his first basket.
How about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
Here's man, guarded by Green. Releases, nifty move. Man gets the bucket. Man's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The drive by Green. Here's Irving. Claxton. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
To the right side. Cousins finds Kennard. From deep. That one misses. Linnett's go the other way with it. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Boy, how about the speed at which Kyrie Irving comes at you on the drive? This is why he's able to draw so many fouls.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
36 seconds left to play here in the half. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Three-pointer. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man missed.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Clippers ahead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close. And that'll do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Kennard with the ball. Fires from deep. Jordan with the rebound.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
KD's shot is off. Clippers leading by 4. Pushing it up. Goes up. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Check out the vision from Jackson. Doesn't have to make the flashy play. Just wants to make the right play.
Harden up top. He's got 8. And stolen by Cousins. And he slams it one-handed.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Harden against Jackson. Harden the pass to Jordan. And a lot of contact on that one. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Nets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Kicks it out to Leonard. Over Durant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, there's a toughness and an energy about Marcus Morris that elevates any team he plays for. This guy is an incredible teammate.
He hits the second from the line. Nets trail by 7. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. George against Brown, and he gets it to go. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Morris outside from deep three-point range. No good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
You have to be careful around Kevin Durant because this guy loves to get fouled on the way up. He views free throws as easy points.
And KD drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Outside Jordan. Brown outside. Harden scanning the floor. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Nets trail by 7. Jordan high post. Outside Durant. Harden outside. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Harden. KD's got 17.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
Leonard kicks to George. 26 seconds left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Good.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Harden outside. On the wing, Harris. And here is Brown. Over George. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Here's Irving. Griffin goes in. It's stolen by Ibaka. Morris finds George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
You have got to be aware of Paul George. He is a knockdown shooter from deep.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Irving. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Cousins dishes to Jackson. There's the pass to Kennard. Misses in close. Nets trail by 8. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Kennard against Dinwiddie. At the tip, Cousins on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Pass to Claxton. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. From about 19 feet, offensive rebound. Green slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Clippers leading by 5. Now Jackson. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie against George. Morris right side. 5 on the clock. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists in the game. And they go to the intentional foul. And a new group in for the Nets. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And that one's good. George.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
Brown outside. Jordan finds Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
I tell you, very few players are as smooth and as easy as Kevin Durant is on the move. He just glides around the floor.
Jordan inside, working on Ibaka. The 3 from Harden. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard against Harris. Leonard inside, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
Now, here is Harden. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. This is it to Harris. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
In the corner, it's Morris. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 7-point differential. Harden kicks to Jordan. On the wing, Harris. A shot by Jordan, no good. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. George, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Durant way outside. Let's keep it alive. Jordan the pass to Harden. And Durant launches from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Durant with the steal. No good there. So the Clippers with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. drive for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. And for the Trailblazers, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Now, here's Lillard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverley. Outside, George trying to get open as Ibaka. George, no good. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Good on the triple.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And here's George. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Lillard. Nobody near Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Evolving is his game over time. That's what's going on. I mean, look, this demonstrates growth. Nurkic looking willing to challenge himself with these shots.
George against Powell. And George, here we go.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Beverley against Lillard. Covington kicks to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Beverley. Clippers moving the ball around. Now George. Morris outside. Back to George. Morris left side. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's George missing. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. George against Powell. The shot by George, no good.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about him not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Now, here's Lillard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Now here's Lillard. Kicks it out to Covington. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Kennard's shot is off. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 7-point differential. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Jackson passes to Kennard. Cousins with it. Shoots over Cantor. Los Angeles with another miss.
Really like seeing Cousins compete on the defensive end. An imposing force whose size really can scare some shooters.
And so it's Portland, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active, and
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the small forward position. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Kennard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kennard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
Pass to Simons. Plenty of space. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Jackson. Inside. Cantor against Cousins. Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony. McCollum's got his first 2 points.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Passes it to Batum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. A lot of great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin. And I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Back to Kennard. From deep three-point range. No good there. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Hollis Jefferson passes to McCollum. We've got 1:48 left here in the second. They double-team McCollum. Takes a 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Anthony kicks to McCollum. Back to Anthony. Pass to Simons.
Oh, man, Jackson is just a pesky defender. Does a phenomenal job at getting a hand up in the face of shooters.
Yep, that one goes in there. Mann's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Los Angeles. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. The pass to McCollum. Anthony dishes to McCollum. Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. They get it back.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Jackson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Jackson passes to Batum. Over Anthony. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, as he gets... And that does it for our halftime show.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. George with the ball. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell.
Oh, nice. And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Stolen by Beverly. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it. Here's Lillard. Outside, Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lob pass to George. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. From 12 feet out. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
That's the only way to hold him in check. When he's got it inside, you got to have a body on him right away.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Portland leading by 7. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Lillard. Puts it up. Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic finds Lillard. Back to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive board.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. A three from Leonard.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jones kicks to Lillard. Back to Jones. Powell for 3. Tips it up. The rebound by Ibaka.
Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Leonard inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Lillard dishes to Covington. Shot clock at 6. And it's good for 2.
I like whenever Covington is in attack mode. He's demonstrating how dangerous he can be driving inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Leonard looking around. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 8 points. .121 left here in the third quarter. Lillard against Beverly. Passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And Leonard has it in the corner. Drops in the tray. Leonard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. Down low. Powell, that's good. He's got 9.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Clippers trail by 8. Outside Leonard. Back to George. He dishes it to Morris. Again, Los Angeles.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
Here is Lillard. The dish now to Powell. Shoots from the elbow. The shot, no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Right back after this break. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Trailblazers leading by 6. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jackson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the small forward. Here's McCollum, and the layup falls.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Now Batum. Outside for Jackson. 6 to shoot. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists in the game. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The pass to Carmelo. And that one hits back iron. Clippers trail by 6. Batum passes to Kennard. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. McCollum up top. Kennard covering. 17-foot shot on the way. The putback is no good. Mann passes to Jackson. It's stolen by Anthony. And they're on the break. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. And he makes both free throws. Here's Beverly. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. In the corner, it's Morris. Right side, George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Simons. Dishes to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Anthony. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Anthony.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ibaka, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ibaka's got his first points in this one. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Leonard. McCollum from deep three-point land. Here's Cantor. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Pass to Leonard. Outside for George. Back to Leonard. There's 1:47 left in the fourth. Basket counts.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Over Jones. And it's Leonard missing. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Kicks it to Powell. They double him with George. Lillard outside. Deflects the pass.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely. But we've seen crazier things happen.
Nobody near George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not these.
Here's Leonard. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Feeds it to Nurkic. Morris with the ball. Jones covering. Here we go, one-on-one. Outside, George. George missing again. Here's Powell. Lays it up and banks it in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
So the Trailblazers win it. It was a fan. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work on the road. And David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Antetokounmpo, no good. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. And Zo Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Leonard dishes to George. Here's the 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Middleton with it. Leonard picks him up. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. It's good on the putback.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
Pass to George. On the wing, Morris. Back to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Ibaka, the pass to George. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Stolen by Beverly, and Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Here's Holiday. Middleton, the pass to Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Morris, left side. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. And here is DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Leonard with the steal. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Hits the front of the rim and out. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And the basket is good. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Holiday looking over the floor. And Giannis gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Holiday against Beverly. Outside Leonard. Back to Beverly. Lopez with the steal. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee.
the size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Kennard finds Jackson to the middle. The Clippers again turning it over.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Bucks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Outside Portis. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. Forbes, the pass to Nwora. Batum with the steal. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
They've got Portis, and it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nwora. From outside, off the mark. Clippers leading by 4. Beyond the arc. Man can't hit. On offense, here are the Bucks. Tucker finds Portis. He's looking for Tucker and finds him. Rebound by the Clippers.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Jackson. Nwora grabs the board. Here's Portis. He can't get that one. Nice D from Cousins. Passes it to Kennard. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Shot clock at 5. It's Jackson with the drive. No good on that one. Bucks trail by 4. Tucker with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Now the pass to Nwora. Back to Tucker. Bucks passing it around. And that one clearly a foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Batum. Defense is right there. Man can't hit. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up,
they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Great positioning on the putback. Tucker's got his first bucket in this one.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And Los Angeles with some changes. 1:16 left in the first half. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Lobs it up for Ibaka.
Little awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Holiday kicks to Giannis. Pass to DiVincenzo. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. George with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. For Milwaukee, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
George dishes to Ibaka. Back to George. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Giannis. Knocked loose. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but it... And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ibaka is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at point guard. It's good on the putback. Morris has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Yeah, you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Screen. And they call an illegal screen here.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Ibaka finds Leonard. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Missed inside.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
From deep, George, the offensive rebound.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's George, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Middleton looking it over. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Just don't know how Giannis's 2 steps equal anybody else's 5 steps. You can't catch up.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside, George. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by George. Ibaka's got 6.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Giannis against Leonard. For 3, Middleton. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And now we've got the intentional foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Forbes the pass to Portis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Portis has got his second basket.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
The drive by Jackson, banked in off the glass. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. Here's Portis to the paint. Tucker can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but indeed just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Well, there's a nice connection between Cousins and what they're doing in terms of throwing him the ball at the rim. Outstanding at knowing when to jump and how to finish.
Feeds it to Tucker. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Nwora, the pass to Tucker. The Bucks working the ball around. The shot's good from Forbes. Jackson with it. 6 points for him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 8 points.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. E.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Forbes in at the 1. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Yeah, in this offense and in this structure, there's going to be opportunities to get a lot more assists for Cousins.
Forbes, the pass to Portis. Back to Forbes. Outside Portis. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Nora. The tray. They get it back.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And that's an intentional foul. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. Back to Forbes. Passes it to Connaughton. There's the triple. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Clippers leading by 10. And here's George. And the pass to Beverly. It's George on the wing. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks are gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. All alone. Oh, the power on that. Threw down.
Unreal. And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Bounce pass, Holiday. Giannis passes to Middleton. And again, the Bucks miss.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Inside. Here's Ibaka, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Ibaka's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Middleton against George. Pass to Leonard. Right wing. Here's Ibaka. The dish to Morris. Leonard with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Middleton outside. No good with the triple. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Kicks it to Morris. All alone. Doesn't go that time.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Shoots from the corner. Can't hit that one. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it.